This came out of the blue last week. Now, it was clear there was an issue because Christian Wilkins signed a 4-year, $110 million contract in 2024 with the Raiders, played 5 games, suffered a Jones fracture in his foot, and hadn't played since. We get to training camp, he's still on the PUP list, and then all of a sudden, he's being cut by the Raiders. And then they're going to void his guarantees, or they already voided his guarantees, and he's filed a grievance, and they're releasing him. So this is going to be a legal fight within the confines of the collective bargaining agreement with $35.2 million at stake for the Raiders and for Christian Wilkins. Relationship over, and who knows how healthy he is, but if he's healthy, there's going to be a market for him. But that's the first question. Yeah. Is he able to play, and if not, when will he be ready to go?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, if he is healthy, it's going to be unbelievable, the fact that he's going to be on the market to help a football team out. That's incredible. It is odd, though, nonetheless. Like you said, we're in year 2 of the deal here. This is a team. This is Pete Carroll. He's a defensive coach. He's got a defensive coach and on his coaching staff here, and Patrick Graham, who's from New England, who they want big people. That's the way they play football. They're not about speed and shooting gaps and do that. They want big people in the middle of their defense there. So this is, to me, and I know you wrote an article about this, and I think there's a lot of things that are swirling around the NFL a little bit, because I think there's a lot of people like, wait, you don't give your second highest paid player on your defense and cause all these problems just because you're not happy with their rehab. I mean, come on, Mike. We know this goes on everywhere all the time with players. They rehab, do other things like that. There's got to be something else here, and I know that we've heard rumors and things like that, but yeah, it's a little odd at this point for this to be coming to a head like this, for that caliber of a football player to be totally cut off from an organization. Yeah, makes me think that there's more than just, oh, he didn't rehab here in the building with our people.
This could be as simple as, and this goes back to when I was practicing law, if you represent individuals and the companies that decide they want to move on from them, they just don't like the person. And then they come up with the reason to justify not paying them. So it may just be the new regime decides, we don't like this guy. He doesn't fit. We don't like him. Pete Carroll doesn't like him. He's a guy that was brought in by Tom Telesco and Antonio Pierce. We don't want him here. He's not going to be part of the culture that we're trying to put in place, whatever it may be.
Right.
We don't like him. All right, we don't like him. We paid him $49.7 million for 5 games. That's $9.94 million per game for Christian Wilkins. How do we avoid paying him $35.2 million on top of it? Well, and that's where the lawyers get involved and you come up with strategies. And this whole rehab thing, look, he's got an absolute right to a second opinion. If the Raiders doctors are saying you need another surgery on your injured foot, and he's exercised his right to a second opinion, and he's found a doctor who says, no, you don't, there isn't a damn thing they can do about that.
Right.
They're stuck with it. He's entitled to rely. Now, I don't know that that's the case, but if those are the facts, they're not going to void the guarantees based on his refusal to have a second surgery. So that's when it leads to possibly other areas. And it goes back to the Earl Thomas situation with the Ravens from 5 years ago in training camp. He's cut. They had a $10 million guarantee. But remember, full guarantee doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get the money. It means you're guaranteed to get it if you're cut for skill, injury, or salary cap. You cut a guy for a reason other than skill, injury, and cap, and the Ravens focused on personal conduct that was detrimental to the interests of the team. If that's how the Raiders cut Christian Wilkins, and that sticks, that's the question, is it going to stick through the grievance process, then maybe they can avoid it. So either way, whether it's injury rehab, whether it's something else that hasn't been clearly reported on yet, Josina Anderson had something recently that something went on.
Right.
That's all going to get fleshed out and fought about in the confines of an official grievance. At the end of the day, they're either going to owe him $35.2 million or they're not. Or maybe they find a way to settle it for some percentage of the money between now and the time there's a final ruling.
Yeah, maybe so. But yeah, it's just odd. It's odd, that caliber of a football player, the style of football they want to play, for him and this to all happen here just in the last few weeks. And the fact that he could possibly be on the market for somebody to sign, a contender, whoever else, that's incredible. It is. But I'm going to be interested to see how this plays out. And like you said, what gets fleshed out a little bit about what we think or what we're hearing or some of these rumors around the NFL right now, other than just the rehab and why Christian Wilkins got cut.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.